Keeping a promise.
King Nanda of Magad is holding court in his palace. He is surrounded by half a dozen courtiers who keep flattering him. They are listening to a musician. A young boy, Chandragupta, is sitting all alone in a corner. Just then the chief minister enters.
Your Highness, I've come on an urgent matter.
Everything is urgent for you. I don't have time now.
His Highness must have some rest.
Minister, His Highness is enjoying himself. Please don't disturb him. Yes, and you mustn't disturb us either.
Why don't you sit down and join us?
Softly to himself. The king has fallen in bad company. God, help him and Magad.
Bows to the king and leaves.
Let him go, he's a fool.
Let's have one more song. Yes, let's have one more song.
The doorkeeper enters and bows.
Your Highness, a messenger from the King of Singal is waiting outside.
Show him in.
The messenger enters with a big cage.
What news have you brought from Singhal?
I haven't brought any news, Your Highness, but my king has sent you this cage. There is a lion in the cage. It has to be taken out without breaking the cage.
Looking at the cage doesn't have a door. How can such a huge lion be taken out of the cage without breaking it? To the courtiers, try and do it.
The courtiers close their eyes and pretend to think.
I've thought hard about it.
We have thought hard too.
What is the result of your thinking?
It is impossible to take the lion out without breaking the cage.
It seems that our friend, the King of Singhal, has played a joke on us.
Chandragupta steps forward and bows to King Nanda.
Your Highness, the King of Singhal hasn't played a joke on us. He has sent this cage with a lion in it to test the wisdom of your court. We must take the lion out of the cage without breaking it.
How can we do it?
We can't, Your Highness. The boy is a fool.
I can take the lion out of the cage.
If you do it, I'll give you anything you ask for. It is a promise.
I want an oven full of red-hot coals.
To the doorkeeper, get him what he wants.
The doorkeeper goes out and comes back with 2 servants carrying a big oven with burning coals in it.
To the servants, put the cage on the oven.
The servants put the cage on the oven. In a few minutes, the lion, which is made of wax, comes melting out of the cage.
Boy, I'm pleased with you. What is your name?
Sir, my name is Chandragupta. I'm the son of your commander-in-chief whom you have put in prison. I hope you will keep your word.
Oh, so you are the son of my ex-commander-in-chief. You are going to be punished for it. Here.
Sir, you've promised to give the boy what he wants.
That's right. What do you want, boy?
I want my father to be set free.
No, it can't be done. Impossible. Ask for anything else.
I want nothing else.
Take as much money as you want and get away from here.
I will not take any money from you, King Nanda. You haven't kept your promise. You have insulted me. You will have to pay dearly for it.
Walks out of the room in a huff. Keeping a promise. King Nanda of Magad and his courtiers sat in his court listening to music. A young boy named Chandragupta watched the king and his courtiers listening to music. The chief minister entered the court in a hurry and informed the king that he had to convey an urgent matter. But the king told him angrily that he had no time and continued listening to the music. The chief minister walked away sadly. A doorkeeper entered the court and informed the king that a messenger from the King of Singhal was waiting to see him. The king ordered him to bring the messenger. The messenger entered the court with a big cage. There was a lion in the cage. His king had sent the cage and had also told that the lion had to be taken out without breaking the cage. The king commanded his ministers to take the lion out of the cage without breaking it. None of the ministers said they could do it. Chandragupta bowed before the king and said he could do it. The king promised the boy that he would give him anything he wanted if he could take the lion out of the cage. Chandragupta asked for an oven of red-hot coals. The guard brought it and he asked them to place the cage on the oven. The lion that was made of wax started melting. The king was pleased with the boy and asked him who he was. Chandragupta replied that he was the son of his ex-commander-in-chief who was in prison. He wanted his father to be freed, but the king replied that he could not. Chandragupta was angry, as the king did not keep up his promise and left the court in anger.